This is HKB, I'm Leon, and this is the channel where we go to Hong Kong and beyond. So today I've just got a little question for you guys. Are 88 films making the right decisions? Well, I've been looking at some of their most recent posts, and I've got to say I'm quite pleased with the selection of titles they've got on display. I'm also a bit dismayed with some of the negativity that I'm seeing related to these posts, particularly on the Long Arm of the Law series, which people are asking about parts 3 and 4. What's the point of releasing parts 1 and 2 and not 3 and 4? Well, there's a lot of issues around that, my friends. First and foremost would be obtaining the rights. Also, what state is the negatives in? Is there good enough film quality? Can they get back the money that they would spend in order to get these films looking as we'd all like them? You know, there's a lot of questions to be asked there. And would people be shelling out for a box set of all 4 of these films that perhaps not so many out there, except for us hardcore fans, might not know about? But let me address parts 1 and 2. I have part 1 on Blu-ray. This is the Hong Kong Fortune Star Blu-ray. And I also have part 2 on Hong Kong Blu-ray as well, Cameron Ronson. Now, these Blu-rays may not be up to the standard that we expect from the likes of 88 films over here, but you know, they're perfectly serviceable, and these are really, really good, really, really gritty crime thrillers. They paved the way for films that were to come later, really, and I think if you were to take a look at these films, you might be quite surprised at just how well they're directed. Johnny Mac directed the Long Arm of the Law Part 1. And the story of that, you know, the mainlanders that struggle to get over to Hong Kong and get involved in crime, it really is exceptional. And Part 2, Long Arm of the Law Part 2, was directed by his brother, Michael Mack. Now, some people don't think the second one's quite as good as the first, but myself, I'd have to disagree. I might say it's not quite as sophisticated as the first film, but it is still a really, really gripping film. They're very gritty, very dark, very, very enjoyable. And I'm sure when the box set from 88 comes out with all its extras and lovely new remasters, that you guys will be enjoying your purchases of those. Also, I've seen that they're putting out The Last Blood. So this Wong Jing film, which stars Andy Lau and Alan Tam, and I also believe Leon Kar-Yan's in this, or Beardy himself. This film was great. I remember when it first came out in the UK, it was on a VHS label, Eastern Heroes to be exact. And clever old Ricky Baker, what did he do? He titled it as Hard Boiled 2, The Last Blood. I think that was a rather clever marketing ploy because it brought a lot of attention to a title that might otherwise have got missed. And we're kind of getting used to that here at HKB, because we might cover reviews of films sometimes that nobody knows the titles of, so they skip it. And sometimes that's a bit of a mistake, because some of those films are absolutely fantastic. This is an absolutely fantastic heroic bloodshed. And I mean heroic bloodshed in every sense of the word. The gunplay in this is fantastic. We have Eric Tsang in it too. And yeah, when you get to see this one, you will love it. Andy's great in it. And it's been a long time since I watched it, but the action in this was really, really, really good. So I think, you know, fans are going to find some new love for this with the new transfer that's coming out. Also, speaking of Leon Kar-Yan, we also have another film coming out with him from 88, The Postman Strikes Back, which has also got Chow Yun-fat in it. This is a Ronnie Yu film. Quite an unusual one, but as you can see, we've got the Hong Kong Legends DVD here. And this film is a bit of an oddity, but it's really, really good. And the action in it, I think people are going to be surprised actually. The combination of Chow Yun-fat and Leon Kar-Yan, it really, really works. And Ronnie Yu, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the best Hong Kong directors. Whatever he dips his toe into, whatever style of film he approaches, he always does it well. This film, if you've seen the Hong Kong Legends like me, you'll know how good it is. If you haven't seen it, then I would highly recommend waiting for the 88 films Blu-ray, because I imagine, again, this film will find a new generation of fans. It's very, very good, and I'm very excited about the release for this one. Also coming out, we have some more Cat 3 with my man Anthony Wong and directed by Herman Yao. Now, if you're not a stranger to our channel, you'll notice that we've covered a few films with these guys in, because we're big fans of the Cat 3, and we're big fans of Herman Yao and Anthony Wong. The story in this is fantastic. At the beginning of the film, Anthony Wong's wife gets killed off by a taxi driver who's, let's say, more than a little careless. And he decides to wreak revenge against all the taxi drivers in Hong Kong, and it's done in that style that only Herman Yao and Anthony Wong can deliver. I think this is a little overlooked. I'm very surprised this one hasn't been brought out before now, especially with All the Love of Ebola Syndrome and Untold Story coming out. But I guess, it takes time to bring these titles out, It's not easy to get the rights, it's not easy to do the restorations, and it's not easy to assemble all the extras and get all fresh new artwork done. And as you know, we were having like Kung Fu Bob and Sean Longmore giving us some fantastic covers out there for these films. They're really being treated with the love and care that, we should really, really all be grateful for. And, I'm grateful to 88 Films, whatever few mistakes they may make. I think we can give them a pass on, guys, because they are really delivering some great classic Hong Kong cinema to us in lovely editions. And just to top off, we also have Magic Cop winging its way towards us. I've been waiting for this one for quite a while now, because this, I think, is it a Megastar? Yeah, this Megastar DVD. It's okay, but this film is so good, it deserves better. Lam Ching-ying doing this Mr. Vampire schlock, Michiko Nishiwaki, and there's Billy Chow in here as well. The magic in this, being of the Mr. Vampire variety, but in a modern day setting, that just adds a whole new vibe to it. You got that neon look and lighting with that setting. I'll be very surprised if this one doesn't go down well. This is probably the one I'm most excited about, and I think that you guys are going to dig this an awful lot. So back to my question, do I think 88 Films are doing a good job with what they're picking out? I think they're doing an exceptional job. I think sometimes we have to have a little bit of patience, give them a little bit of slack, because it's not easy organising, getting titles like this and delivering them so that the fans are happy. Doesn't matter what you do, somebody's always going to be unhappy. Somebody's going to want it covered by somebody else. Somebody's going to want a different soundtrack on it. Somebody's going to want a different filter on the picture. All you can do is the best that you can. So, show 88 Films that support when these films come out. Purchase the ones that you're interested in. If you ain't sure, type in on YouTube for the trailers and have a little look. If you want to know any more, shoot me a question. I'll quite happily answer any. Drop us a comment below or contact me at hongkongbluerays@gmail.com. Always happy to help. So that's it for today's episode. Hope you enjoyed this little update. And if you did, you've got Johnny the Fanatical Dragon to thank for it, because he said to me, it's about time, Leon, you covered some of the newer stuff, some of the upcoming stuff. And thank you, Johnny. You made me aware of a weak spot on our channel, and I guess we do need to focus sometimes on what's coming out new from all over the place. But because the other channels in the ACC have been so good with their coverage, we've kind of got a little lazy and let them take over a little bit. But a little contribution from us. If you like this, please give us a thumbs up. Let us know that it's content that you like. And drop us a comment. If you want to see more updates from us, I'll be happy to do so. I will catch you on the next one.